I'm Jeremy Sutton-Hibbert. Thank you very much for coming. I first got a camera when I was 9 years old. And then when I was 16, my parents got me a nicer camera for my birthday. One of my friends had one, so I thought it would be quite good to have. And then when it came time at the end of secondary school to choose what to do, I'd already been accepted to go to university. But then my mum pointed out College of Building and Printing in George Square and said, you can do photography there. And I thought, that sounds pretty good. I'll do that so I don't have to do chemistry at university. And I went there for 3 years. And then very soon after that, I got a job photographing bricks and roof tiles for 8 months down in England. And while I was having that job and hating it, the Berlin Wall fell and communism was collapsing across Eastern Europe. And I kind of thought to myself, that's where I want to be. I don't want to be here sitting wearing a tie. I want to be out there, seeing life, seeing things happening. So I went to Romania, which at that time was the most volatile of all the East European countries. This was in April 1990. And I took these pictures over 3 months. And I didn't really have too much of an idea of what I was doing, I guess. I was just out taking pictures, living the life, traveling. But at that time in Romania, because Romania had been so closed for many years, there were many big name photographers from big agencies, big magazines, and I got to hang out with them each day and each night, which was a huge education for me. And I would go around with them, go to different places. We went into like these orphanages, which were very infamous at the time. And this was really me learning my craft, I guess, taking these pictures this summer. And these pictures come from a small portfolio, which I entered a competition then called the Ian Parry Award, which was a memorial award in honor of a photographer who died in the Romanian Revolution. He was there for the Sunday Times. And these pictures won me the very first Ian Parry Award, which kind of catapulted me and gave me a great start to my career, because when I then phoned newspaper picture desks or magazine picture desks trying to get appointments to start my career, they knew who I was. So it was really an immediate lift up. Whilst, of course, cameras are the tools of the job and are important, and I like to have a camera I know I can depend on and will work, I don't really care about equipment. To me, photography is all about your ability to talk to people. It's really, if you want to get good pictures, you've got to be able to talk to people, if you want to be a people photographer. And then I kept going back to this Roma camp, which was near Bucharest, and I kept going back here every year for 7 years. Sometimes I'd go once a year, sometimes I'd go 4 times a year, and I would photograph all in black and white and just try to really build a portrait of the camp. This gentleman wanted to be seen as a businessman, a man of the world, and behind that gold sequined material, his friend is holding up the material. And you met some real old timers, like real old who had lived under the stars and been nomadic and travelled through the countryside. And it was always fascinating to sit and talk to them. This woman in particular would tell stories of her and her husband trying to escape from the Nazis, who of course killed many Roma. She told stories of swimming a river while being shot at. And then I became a Greenpeace photographer. Well, even to this day, I photograph for them. But for about 10 years, I was really one of the main photographers, and they would fly me around the world to go and photograph different things. And this was one of the trips. We went to the Southern Ocean. I went to the Southern Ocean down off of Antarctica twice to photograph the Japanese whaling fleet in action, which is, of course, one of Greenpeace's kind of most famous campaigns. Stop whaling, stop Japanese whaling. Greenpeace are one of the best clients I've ever had, because they really understood. They understood the power of the media. They understood the power of good photography and good video, and to work for them was really great. At times I'd have a ship at my disposal or a helicopter at my disposal, and that was all just to get pictures. To be a photographer, you've got to be an all-round person. You've got to have an interest in current affairs, you've got to have an interest in the world around you. You have to have other interests apart from photography. For my inspirations, I don't really look to photography. I have a big collection of photo books, but I don't sit and go through them lots. I like to watch movies for inspiration. I like to watch sports. I love current affairs, and I find my inspiration in lots of other ways. If you want to be a photographer, don't wait till you leave college to like build a website and start building your own name and start trying to meet picture editors. Do it when you're at college. It takes time. So, you know, you gotta be in it for the long haul.